And a howdy. Welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. We got you some Stargate Outpost for your regular Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
How are you, Sarah?
On Tuesday. But
Tuesdays, that's right, whatever day of the week it is.
Yeah.
You were doing it, just forgot what day of the week we're doing it now. Surprise. Yeah. just this week, maybe. We'll figure it out. Wednesdays are what we're doing. But we got some fun stuff for you today.
Mm-hmm.
We decided it is going to be a starship ranking kind of day.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be pretty fun. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, and it is now go time.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've got these up here. Sarah and I were just talking. Do we want to keep these categories, or should we change the categories and from too easy, challenging, pretty hard to impossible, to something that fits levels of badassery a bit better?
Mm-hmm.
Best ship, the Onyx Cinder. Oh wait, wrong series. Because I could see us changing these. We're not necessarily beholden to it. But should we go ahead and change them real quick, just to make it easy? Streamline it for us.
If we have, if people in the chat want us to change it.
Yeah. Y'all give us a yay or nay. Give us a go ahead or do it. Yeah. Destiny's number one.
Yeah.
Destiny or Puddle Jumpers. We got competition already. I like it.
Yep. All right.
I like to see it.
All right. It looks like we're just going to keep it the way it is, I guess. Nobody's...
Yeah, nobody cares. Let's do it. Keep it simple, stupid sometimes. Well, yep. I'm So, okay, the way that you said it earlier, right, was we'll go with how hard the ship is to defeat on the side, and that kind of leans into its levels of coolness.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. Onyx Cinders, you skeleton crew lover, you're a legend. So I can't see it anyway. Well, it will be posted. If we don't like the categories, we can change it before we post it in the community page as well.
Right.
But let's go ahead and jump into this thing. We've got a bunch of things uploaded. I guess let me go ahead and show y'all this. We have Gate World. Sarah and I both have this popped up. Gate World's ships category here from their Omnipedia. So A to Z, everything we can think of. A to X, excuse me. Everything that we can think of.
There's no Z.
I was like,
Some of those are repeats, though, too, I think. But anyway. Yeah.
Some of them are repeats, and I guess we'll run into that. We can kind of just play with that as we hit each one. A legend, as in we don't exist. Prometheus doesn't get enough love for being a cool, ugly ship. Agreed. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Atlantis is on there. I think I have both a city ship and Atlantis, but I might have just downloaded one picture. I forget, it was a few hours ago. But we do have all the photos nonetheless, and we'll assign them appropriately.
Right.
So yeah, let's do this thing. Let me go ahead and bring up all the A's for us here. We've got, they're going to be down at my bottom of my saved. Yeah, so we'll start with an Alkesh, an ancient city ship. Ancient warship. Oh, excuse me, ancient shuttle and ancient warship. And while I'm uploading more, let's go ahead and discuss these. And the Alkesh back here. Oh. Where's the Alkesh? Oh, what did I do?
That's that's SGU shuttle or Destiny shuttle, I guess. Right.
I think this one's technically an ancient shuttle, but I think it's the same thing that's on the back of the Destiny.
Yeah.
So we have an ancient city ship, the shuttle, the Alkesh for the Goa'uld, and an ancient warship right here. What are we thinking, y'all? Best ship is the Firefly. Now you go. Cool. This is also true.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying Atlantis is like near impossible, right? They can cloak. They have that force field shield thing, and they can cloak too, right? So it's invisible.
It can cloak. It's got the ability to go in space, on water. Is it
underwater? Yeah.
Oh. There were some very specific ways, I guess, the Wraith almost took him out a few times. We'll put him on possible, huh? I don't think you get much better than freaking Atlantis.
No.
Chat, what y'all think? Is that all right? We're kind of going opposite here. So, best at the bottom this go round.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of interesting. All right. What about an ancient warship? And I guess the example that we have for this would be the Aurora that, of course, we come on and have to explore the wreckage of.
Right.
They have to sacrifice the shield, though. If they cloak, they repurpose to emitters.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true. That is a pretty hefty caveat there.
Mm-hmm.
Does that push it back to maybe?
I don't know, but if you can't see it, then where do you? If you don't know where it is, then how do you?
And if you're based off an entire planet, good luck, Chuck. Deal, you know. Yeah. Or the replication battle. Yep, we'll have the replicator hive ship on here in a little bit, or not hive ship, whatever their main title ship was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're thinking right now the warships, ancient warships. First siege of Atlantis, Aurora dispatched the outer rim of Pegasus Galaxy in the hopes of gathering info pertaining to a weakness in Wraith defenses. They weren't super successful, but they weren't not successful. And, honestly, it's ancient technology.
Oh, that's that. Okay. I'm just recalling like the episode.
Yeah, it took me a second.
Okay, yeah. I'm pretty hard probably for that.
That's kind of what I'm thinking as well.
You know, they have the advanced stuff.
And it didn't seem like they made too many of them. Right. Or they would have been everywhere. I mean, they probably would have had a much better fighting chance against the Wraith.
Yeah.
But it was badly damaged. Easy, because they were all in status. But it was, okay, yeah. We're also thinking, I guess, at peak fighting capacity. At the most cool, badass level of it is kind of, I guess, the idea behind the day.
Mm-hmm.
And continuing on with Ancients, where are we going to toss this shuttle, y'all think?
I think that one's, like, easy.
Because the Destiny
like
shuttles...
It's literally just a shuttle. I don't think it has much defensive offense. It doesn't... I don't remember it having any kind of really weaponry or anything like that. I mean, not that it didn't, but...
It was powered by a ZPM. That's true, at least.
Yeah.
But it didn't have...
what did it have for weapons and shields or any of that? I don't even remember. If they even, did they even talk about that in the show?
Puddle jumper.
Yeah.
It did hold its own versus the Alien something, probably.
Yeah.
Autocorrect is always fun. But I guess it held it. Do they fight Berserker drones with it? Aliens.
I'm trying to remember. I just watched like those best worst episodes out there, or that long ago. I should remember. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it was helpful. I remember, but I don't know if it's really something that's hard to defeat. I mean, it was useful.
If it has weapons, it's probably in the challenging category. Yeah. Full weapons and shields on the shuttle. Okay. That's what I couldn't remember, and I guess we were struggling with there. What are you thinking, man? Oh, okay. I guess then I kind
of... Okay, yeah. Yeah, I could go with challenging if it has.
Okay. That's decent. It's got some really strong capabilities, but not necessarily due to its size. It's probably just I mean, if you're in this type of fleet and this is your shuttle, you're going to be the first one knocked out. I guess this is pretty.
Yeah.
One step at a time kind of deal, you know.
Yeah.
But now to the Goa'uld. Where are we going to toss the Alkesh? What are we thinking, you know?
Challenging?
Yeah. I don't know if the Goa'uld are going to have too many on the impossible or pretty hard side. I think challenging is going to be where they tend to sit. Oh, you know what? It's going to suck. I need to go ahead and make these smaller, though, because we have so many ships. So many ships.
If we can get through all. Anyway, we should focus on the main ones, I guess, and then...
Yeah. And if we are going to do this alphabetically, challenging, okay, that's a good one. Cool. If we're going to focus on this alphabetically, we can get through 13 letters and do the other 13 letters next time or something like that. If it starts kind of prolonging and getting so long, because there's only a few ships to go through and to talk about and remember how they played into the effects of everything going on politically, how strong they were, so on and so forth. It's like, okay, so we're sticking with Alkesh and challenging though.
Yeah.
Sweet. Goa'uld are on the board. Who do we have next? We have, let me just look at my A's while we bring these things up. Oh, no. I'm in StreamYard. I'm on the wrong app. A's. Next up, we have Anubis' escape pod, which is kind of useless.
Yeah.
Apophysis mothership. Apophysis prototype ship. And let's go ahead and toss that a shin. Didn't say hard drive. What did it say? Harvester. I was like, wait a second. Cool. There we are. Let's remove these backgrounds and get to them. So obviously, the Goa'uld are big heavy hitters in this round. Did they not remove anything? Nope. Please. Oh, dang. Well, the big space battle will be the mothership.
Yeah, it can't see what. Yeah.
And this tiny disc, of course, is the escape pod. Okay, should we make it easy and put the escape pod in too easy?
Yeah, I think so.
It legitimately looks like a frisbee.
Yeah.
Is that okay, chat? You all good with that one? Be sad. Oh, that's kind of funny. With a little Ewok on front. Or be sad. Sod. Be sod. I like it. If I can read, you know. Is that a good spot, Traveler? Yeah? Cool. Yeah. Too easy? Okay, cool. Cool. Next up, do you want to go ahead and do the warship? The mothership, excuse me?
Sure. This is Anubis's, or Apophis, or Anubis.
This is Apophis' mothership, I believe.
Okay.
Gotta put that prototype up here. Oh, great. That's going to be a big one, too.
I'd go with pretty hard for that, I guess. Because it's...
That's what I'm thinking, because this is... If it's Apophysis, does it still have upgraded Asgard tech as well? Because didn't Anubis take over some Asgard tech at some point? Or he upgraded...
Or did he...
that was Apophysis. Yeah, Apophysis' ship was fine against Asgard tech for a bit, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty hard if it's the mothership. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Grant Walker saying, I always wanted more Tauri ships with designs from the ancient Asgard and Goa'uld since they have the biggest impact on them. Totally. And if we get, hopefully when we get more Stargate, Mark Fergus, please, fingers crossed, sir.
Yeah.
That he would be inclined to do stuff like that, and would probably do that. Not entirely sure, of course, but hopefully. For the sake of this, I am going to move this crazy image all the way down that way for it. That way we can put the warship above it just a little bit. There we go. Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and continue with Apophis here. Apophis' prototype ship. Same category or challenging or what? Because we did blow it up pretty quickly in Stargate SG-1. But if it were able to get up off the ground and do some damage, it probably could have done some damage.
Yeah. So
would challenging pretty hard impossible maybe? Obviously not impossible. But
I'm kind of torn between challenging and pretty hard. I'm leaning more like challenging because it was a prototype and they defeated it easily. So, yeah.
It may not have been, even though it was a prototype, it might not have made it to the assembly line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Challenging. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know what? To make this easy, we're going to do that same thing. Honestly, I can cut some of those mountains out of that. There we go. Cool. Now, how about the Ashin? Our not-so-friendly friends.
It's a harvester. Too easy if it's just a harvester.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's for collecting food.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a harvester and an escape pod in Too Easy. I feel like that one's pretty apt so far.
Yeah. Next
up, I keep wanting to click StreamYards instead of this magic button right here to keep uploading the files. We have an Asgard mothership, an Asgard science vessel as well. And then we will also have Atlantis itself. There we are.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do Atlantis last because that one's probably going to be well, honestly, let's go ahead and do it first because that is pretty easy. If the city ships are impossible, okay.
Yeah.
Chat, agree?
Mm-hmm.
I think I cut off some of that. There we go.
You can probably tell which square you're okay.
Trying to minimize them just to make it more manageable. All right. Chat, y'all good with Atlantis down there and Impossible? Yeah, for sure. Impossible. A spaceship, which is a city. Can you get more Batman than that? Honestly, that's a great point. We're going to count that as the city ship that they find plus Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to send Atlantis to the back now, please. Nope, not that far. Oh, God. You'll see why this isn't my usual job.
Anyway, that's good. I think
it is now. Let's go to, this is the Asgard warship, and the other was the Asgard, was it transport?
Science ship? Science vessel.
Science ship.
Yeah.
Science. Yeah.
Well, mothership, I guess you would say like impossible because they just zapped all those Goa'uld ships like it was nothing. So
the Apophis is on pretty hard. We kind of have.
Yeah.
Impossible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, y'all agree?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the level of difficulty Lego sets of Stargate ships would be. Yeah. not. No, we're doing it based off of kind of obviously what's the most badass, so on and so forth, but kind of what would be the hardest to defeat is the ranking system that we're using here.
Mm-hmm.
And the impossible ones are going to be the most badass, just naturally.
Yep.
So, yep. And when you say Lego, you mean blue bricks, right?
Yeah.
What was Greg's cousin's version of it? He had something. We should get him to
square blocks or something. I don't remember what it's called. Something like that.
But they were like super specific too, I guess, weren't they?
Yeah.
So science vessel. Are we thinking same category? Pretty hard, challenging?
I want to lean towards saying pretty hard, because if it's a science vessel, maybe it doesn't have the same level of armament or whatever as the mothership does.
Definitely. The science vessel that I'm thinking of is when they find Loki, and he doesn't necessarily have the strongest of defenses, but I think part of that is because he's screwed up some stuff, or he's kind of in need of help. Will it even have weapons? I don't think Loki's did. I think they rely on their beaming technology and so on and so forth. Pretty hard. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They do. And it would be. But yeah, pretty hard. Is that a solid place to keep it? Even with a lack of weaponry, if you can beam your enemies in and out of battle, good luck, you know? So, okay, so next up, y'all, we have our bees. We're in the Berserker territory. Or Breeder territory, excuse me. Breeder drone. Some of these are going to be episodes that are hard to remember a little bit. So it's going to be very loose. And we may need some of y'all help here. Breeder bomber. Okay, those are definitely from the same episodes. Let's go ahead and toss some heavy hitters that we remember and love, of course, on here as well.
Yeah.
And okay, that's it for bees right there. So let's go ahead and toss this in here. We have this Bedrosian shuttle pod. Oh my god, what did it? I just went past.
I'm just trying to remember
the Belis. I don't know how to say that. Beliskner? Is that the right way to say that? I don't remember that one surviving very long. That's one of the ones that died.
Beliskner? Yeah, anyway.
It's one of those Prometheus type ships. Yeah. But I think is that the prototype they bring out that just doesn't last?
I'm trying to remember I don't remember the episode. I'm trying to.
Oh no. Okay, this one we might have to go back. Keep that. This though, I think we can get rid of that background. Yeah, there we go. So we've got the breeder drones and the breeder bombers. Okay. Wait, we're doing this alphabetically and we're only on the bees? Oh, yeah. We might end up, honestly, with 2 separate lists and just do half the alphabet, half the alphabet. That's kind of looking like we go. I don't know any of these ships. I need to rewatch Stargate.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I have no idea. I mean, I guess.
I think we need a bigger screen. Okay, let me zoom in. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah.
Keeps the categories there. We see what's what.
Well, I'm tempted to just throw them in easy because I don't remember anything special about any of those.
I like vaguely remember them, and I feel like they're in seasons 3 or 4, if I had to guess, or put a digit or a number on it, I guess, in general. I almost want to put them in challenging because they were definitely difficult to take out, but obviously not scary enough to continue on with or bring back or anything like that.
Right.
No, I meant so we could fit all of them on. It was a perfect size before. Yeah, well, there's a lot of ships. I don't know if we're going to get to a perfect size on this one. We will try. Challenging? That's kind of where I'm leaning. Sarah, do you still want easy or? Because we don't really know.
I'm okay with doing challenging because it does have the, it can generate that field that picks up, captures people. That can be challenging.
And that would be for the drone version, which is this one that we have on. And the bombers are Well, maybe the drone was easy and the bombers are challenging. Is that
Yeah.
Would that be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Chat, you go down. That seemed apt.
Yeah.
Or are we going to have too many challenging ones? No. That doesn't matter. If we have to resize things, we have to resize things. Good
Right.
compromise? Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Easy for me. Jack and Teal took them out straight away. That's right. That's when they're testing out the X302.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it the X301? And that's which leads them into space and gets them stuck up there for a bit. That's just a test drive, right? So this is X302s.
I think so.
Yeah. So do you want to go ahead and put bombers in easy or keep them in challenging? Two pilots can do it really easily. Yeah.
We can do easy, yeah.
And that way we can kind of stick them over each other and have a little more room.
Yeah.
Now, this one I did have a little trouble remembering. It's the Bedrosian shuttle pod. It's capable of atmospheric flight.
Yeah.
Technologically advanced by Bedrosians. Capable of hovering. 4-panel force field to capture.
Mm-hmm.
Shielded from many forms of plasma-based weaponry, but I'm not seeing any type of weaponry on it besides the capture.
Yeah, it seems more like it's built to just defensively, not to attack, just to protect, like transporting troops or capturing people with its little beam. So I think we have to go easy with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Am I crazy? Is this one that SG-1 took over or they didn't take over? They found the ship and kind of escaped with it, and it did take a bunch of damage. Because I remember something like that. But yeah, let's toss him back here.
Oh, now I remember. It's in that episode where they get captured or Teal'c gets injured and he's out in the woods, and Sam, Daniel, and Jack are put in those little electrified cages. And then there's those other archaeologists that they don't want to. There's like a war or whatever, Cold War or war in the world between if they think we came from somewhere else or the planet.
That was one of our worst.
Like theological kind of like warfare of if we evolved on this planet or we came from somewhere else, and they didn't want to believe that the gate and all that stuff like brought people to their planet. And then that one archaeologist guy or whatever helps Teal'c, and they take the ship and then go to rescue Sam and those guys.
Yeah.
We picked it as the worst episode of that season, I think.
I remember. Yeah, after you started explaining that, I was like, I think that was one of the worst.
Yeah. I'm doing a terrible. I feel like I'm doing a terrible job explaining the episode, but
no, you explained it well. Literally, the second you said electric cages and the group that didn't want the Stargate to be public knowledge, I was like, okay,
right,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Because they were almost a precursor to like Jonas's people in a certain way, like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess honestly, thinking about it, even though the episode's kind of, it's not really that bad of an episode. It's just a dragging one. It just drags.
Yeah.
That was an awesome explanation. I thought so. It was
thank you.
They were pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to keep that an easy or maybe go challenging? Because their ship really wasn't all that strong either. They had staff weapons.
Yeah. I'm fine with leaving it at easy. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a ship like doesn't really matter that much in the universe anyway. So
it could have if we like to go back.
Yeah. If they were open-minded, but no.
Too easy. But it has some pretty good defense though. It at least has some good defense, but it's not going to get any fighting stance off of it.
Yeah.
If we have another too easy, we'll move it that way. But so far, we'll keep her in easy.
Yeah.
So let's go to the Belsinker? Belinsker?
Is that another Asgard ship?
This one,
Or is it? It looks kind of Asgardy, but I don't know if that is. Okay. Oh, Thor's chariot. Yeah.
yes.
Oh, it's a mothership, so it's just another mothership, just a different.
Just a specific one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so pretty hard, or was that? Oh no, mothership's right here.
Impossible. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, do we overlap them just a bit? No, we still want to know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little that way. I can go down with that. See if we can do some zigzags.
Yeah.
Something. Okay. Next up, I guess we're in the seas. So this is going to be cargo ships and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me read before I start clicking here. We're going to have the Goa'uld cargo carrier, the deep space carrier, Teltac, and the Cerberus real quick. Cerberus. The Teltac's not going to be too different than what we have earlier. The other Goa'uld ship that I'm now blanking on.
Oh, that one. Okay, I remember that one. All right.
Cargo. I wonder where the cargo carrier is going to be rated. And the deep space carrier. That should be our C's. Oh, no. Did I already do that one? I think I already put that one on there. I think that was.
You're doing C and you're just doing C, right? So deep
C,
space.
but I guess some of these are named, and I might have named them what their actual classification was or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the simplicity, Goa'uld cargo carrier. Too easy. Oh my gosh.
I know, we're getting like, okay. Did it have any weapons? I'm reading up on it here right now. It's got containers that can be linked together.
I don't remember too many weapons.
Lucian Alliance seemed to get a hold of a lot of those. Okay.
It almost felt like a space train.
I'd say easy.
What is? This background. Sorry, that was throwing me off. I was so confused where we were. So what? Easy or too easy?
I just put easy.
Okay. Chat, y'all agree?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That cargo hauler is just an Alkesh bomber, though. Isn't the O'Neill the most advanced Asgard ship? At the time it was, yeah. I believe it's continued to be.
Yeah.
It looks like one big space battle. It's a cargo ship. Too easy. Too easy.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, let's go too easy because it doesn't seem like there's too much going on with those, honestly.
Yeah.
Which is okay. It's nice to know that those are even there just to populate the world of Stargate, realistically. Let's do the Teltac, I guess. This one's a little out of ABC order there, but I think it was labeled as something else. I think it was just labeled as cargo ship, but it's the same ship as the Teltac.
Oh, right.
Easy to challenge?
It's a scout ship. Oh, it must be easy. It says they carry 4 escape pods, a set of transport rings, and are unarmed.
Unarmed, definitely easy then. That fits right there with that Bedrosian shuttle.
Some have a stealth device, so even then, I'd say easy. Yeah.
Now though we have this is the cargo carrier, I believe, and I might honestly just bring this one up. On no, that was the cargo carrier the last time. Excuse me. This is a cargo ship is the Teltac. This is the. Oh my god! Which one did I click for this?
The Cerberus is the one up above there on the right.
This is Cerberus. That almost looks.
I'm pointing to it like you can tell. That one right there is the Cerberus that you have clicked right now.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and put that one up because that one I also need a little bit of a refresher, and here we are. It's definitely Sebers, not the way I spelled it. Oops. A prison transport vessel under the command of Warwick Finn. After all his crew were killed on a barren planet, SG-1 arrived with a Naquita reactor to restore power to the vessel, permitting Warwick to leave his recaptured prisoners. Jonas Quinn recognized the ship's name from Celtic history, where the Cerberus was an ancient seafaring prison transport. Armed with sonic weapons technology as well as other more conventional.
This guy is like one of the escaped prisoners, but he pretends to be like part of the ship's crew, and Sam's working with him, and then she realizes that he's just trying to read there.
I don't necessarily remember the episode 1,000% off my head.
It has those
What have it's got? Sonic weapon tech and more conventional devices. Challenging to pretty hard.
I don't think it's the one I'm thinking of. Okay. Not sure. I'm trying to read, like, if anything in the little description here will trigger my memory.
It was refitted for competition in the 59th.
Oh, is this the space race one? But it doesn't say that's the episode. Oh, first appeared. Oh, space race, yeah. But that was the second time, I guess.
Yeah, its first time was Forsaken, the second time was Space Race, because they refitted it for it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So yes, that answers that spin. What about the ships that compete in that race? We'll find some, definitely, for sure. Where did the Enterprise go?
Yeah.
Okay, so challenging?
Yeah, it seems like it's more like a race ship than a fighter, but it can be challenging if it can go fast and.
Well, it had the sonic weapons and conventional weapons too.
Mm-hmm.
Gives it a little something.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what this was. Let me go ahead and go in here real quick and see what I had it labeled as, because that's throwing me off.
Well, the other from the sea, it's the I don't know if it's
Chop, but that's the
or whatever. Chops. I don't know how you say it.
Because that's technically this one.
Yeah.
That is the general pyramid ship, not necessarily Raw specific ship that he has, but it is one of the pyramid ships that he controls.
Yeah, I would say pretty hard for that.
Or
but
impossible.
We really don't. I mean, I don't know if it's
one well-placed nuke did take it out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just saying. It didn't get nuked, so it's not impossible. Oh God!
It was the Cerberus, yeah. Prison ship to
race ship.
That race ship. What we just said, I was like, come on, pretty hard. Y'all think Raw's not Raw's ship particularly, excuse me, but a general chop class, or however you actually say it.
Do we know what kind of weapons that thing has? I mean, I don't know if we ever in the movie we just see it land on top of the the pyramid on the ground, but I would assume it'd be pretty heavily armed.
It's at least hard. clipped with one set of transport rings and a death glider bay.
Yeah.
It's
It has death
unlimited
gliders. That's right.
vessels armed with Goa'uld weapons, although this is highly likely. There's no way it's not. But even if it's not, I guess they do have. Quest keeps saying easy.
This is a transport ship. Well, maybe. Well, see, I don't know if that ship itself, though, because now you're saying it has like death gliders. So just
like
the death gliders are kind of. They get a complement of death gliders to protect the ship. Is the ship itself that hard to defeat? I mean, it's huge, so it'd be hard to defeat it in that sense of how much firepower it would take to take it out because it's just so big.
Yeah. It's got to have some kind of good shielding too, and that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it had good shielding because the only way you could take it out was the inside with a nuke.
Yeah. Yep.
These cats are meowing up a storm. A million death gliders.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with David on this one. We're pretty hard. Kind of feels the most apt because I guess it wouldn't be impossible if it's just weapons aren't all that great itself. But if that's a good defense and hell, you bring it to a battle and you have an entire fleet with you to hang out.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there you are, Sokar. It took us a second to think about that one. Wait. It should be pretty hard. Yeah, but if he converted it into a race ship, I guess it kind of loses a little bit of that.
Yeah.
The pyramid ship is basically the top of central section of a Hatak.
Yeah. You know, the ships and the pyramid in the middle and whatever. Whatever that thing they kind of dock into or whatever.
Yeah, I guess we've just put one of those as pretty hard already with a pop mothership. Yeah. Should we put this in challenging then? I still think
just the sheer size of it alone would make it hard. Unless you had, a nuke handy.
Yeah.
but yeah. It's sort of on that border between pretty hard and challenging. But I mean, I get what Quest is saying.
No, I do as well. It's just now I'm indecisive.
Yeah. In the middle.
The pyramid ship is very old as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it still gets upgraded, I guess. Do we want to keep this as the same as a mothership or one level below?
All right, we could put it at challenging since it is separated from its.
Okay, let's do that.
Whatever that's called, Haytech or whatever. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Get on Quest. If you're down, Melvin, I'll send you a link real quick. Because I know you're damn good with all these ship names and everything like that. You're a walking encyclopedia for these things. Which we could use the help.
Yeah.
There's just so many. They just run together. As much as I'd love them not to.
Yeah, I mean, the main ones is pretty easy, but all these the little ones, it's like, do I remember that from that episode?
And they're so cool whenever you do remember them too.
Yeah.
It just takes a second. Okay, so this might be a little funky again. Let's get into some of these Ds.
Right. Like,
we've got Daedalus, of course. I think Dr. Daniel Jackson was right behind it. Or the Daniel Jackson, excuse me. Not Doctor. Yep, the Daniel Jackson.
Yeah, because they have like Daniel Jackson and then the Daniel Jackson. Like, are those two different ships or is it the same one?
They got two different ones. Because was the Daniel Jackson.
Oh, science ship they named Daniel Jackson. Okay. That's one of their. Yeah, that's just the Asgard science carrier or whatever. Basically.
It just upgraded a little bit, right? I think. Also, we have the. Did I just put a Wraith Dart up there? I might have. I'll do it again. Oh no, I didn't put it up there. I just put it in here.
Yeah.
So many moving pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes it fun. Where's our Death Glider? Then Destiny. Okay, I'm gonna put the Death Glider, and we'll finish the D's after that because there's a second half to them essentially there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's start off with the Daedalus and some of those bigger ones back there because those are obviously some of our favorites in the entire series. That Wraith Dart is kind of a crummy picture. Okay, the Dr. Daniel Jackson. Let's start with this. Asgard science vessel that is now one of their strongest vessels. And if we're going with Dr. Daniel Jackson, it's got to be one of the smartest vessels, too.
Yep.
Destiny's coming up soon. Dart so long. Even Atlantis wasn't impossible. Once they ran out of ZPM's power, the city shop was useless. Yeah, but we're kind of thinking all of these things
in their prime
primarily at the peak, yeah.
Function. Yeah.
Cool. But Dr. Daniel Jackson, before we go on to the Daedalus here. Not Dr. I keep wanting to say Dr. Daniel Jackson. The Daniel Jackson. What are we feeling?
I guess it's put pretty hard because it's a science carrier.
It was
the last one. So
upgraded though, wasn't it? A bit.
Yeah. But I don't know if it would be impossible because we already had the other one at pretty hard. So
yeah, that makes sense. And this little science vessel and that science vessel go well with each other right there. Yeah. I'm down. Y'all down, chat? If y'all are, we can go ahead and start talking about the Daedalus here. Where is it? Because it's such a great ship, but
I know. Is it impossible?
Is it impossible? It's the only one that survives, right? The Daedalus is what we have left at the end of SG-1, or am I thinking of a different ship? Because there's so many by the end.
I know.
Orlev's gone. This is gone. Oh, this is gone. Yeah. No more Prometheus. No, it's like great.
Yep. Well, let's see what.
Yeah, that looks good. Cool. Atlantis with the added railguns and 50 cals is no slouch if they added some 302s as well. Totally. And Atlantis, again, has puddle jumpers.
Yep.
So they can kind of send out a whole fleet if they want to.
And they also have those, what are they called? Drones? The little...
Oh, that you can shoot from Atlantis itself. Yeah, you can shoot those from the puddle jumper or Atlantis. As long as you got a PPM, you are set.
Well,
I guess not entirely, because there is an ammo aspect to that. It seems fairly infinite.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. They usually let you know, I guess, but still, they typically have enough to fight. My instincts say pretty hard on Daedalus. Yeah.
That's what I have to go with, because I don't think it's impossible.
No, I don't think so either. I love that ship so much, though. All those fun ones like that.
They're very much based on Asgard motherships, right? I mean, that's kind of
the look and feel.
I mean, not as good, but kind of that's what they were trying to reverse engineer or whatever.
You can still tell that's the Daedalus, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Trying my stacking. We'll see. Wraith Dart, though, and it is a very long Wraith Dart there. They have the beat.
Like really long, skinny. But I would say pretty hard, not because they necessarily are like hard to, if you can hit one, but it's just they're so fast and maneuverable. I think that makes them hard to hit,
Yeah, because they have decent shields, but they're not the best shields.
Right.
But they
can like suck people up too.
and almost that works as a shield because you don't know who you're killing. If they're sucking up your own people and you have prisoners on board the thing, it kind of keeps you from wanting to shoot them down sometimes too.
Right. And doesn't it have that cool thing like the people that it transport, it like buffers, it puts them in a buffer, and then when the dart returns, it like
it's
do something like that. I don't know. Because where do the people fit in that thing, you know? So it's like,
it's
but I
so
thought
crazy.
it was something like, anyway, people will let us know.
Well, you're supposed to be able to not sooner than later, but I guess like Dr. Michio Kaku and a bunch of other like fancy people in real life doing things are trying to digitize our consciousness and like put it where you can kind of shoot it on a little laser beam and well now there's a robot on the moon and now you can go do that and like that's feasible or whatever. But that's a whole like we're just putting matter inside of a very small little thing.
Yeah, it's like we're just kind of it's like the Star Trek transporter where they make you matter and then you rematerialize somewhere else. I think that's what the darts can do.
That's actually kind of perfect. That's in the episode with McKay that got sucked up, and Arc of Truth too. For Odyssey, challenging just for the sake of they're kind of easy to shoot down, but damn, they do put up a challenge.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
The thing about that though is after we put a dart in challenging, I don't think a Death Glider really stands up to a dart all that well. It doesn't not necessarily. What are we thinking? Yep.
They do seem pretty easy. I mean, didn't they like shoot them down with some staff weapons or something? I don't know.
Oh, that's true too. And literally, I think someone like has a machine gun and shoots one down at some point. That's true. But easy. Oh, it might be easy.
I'll go with easy because they do have good maneuverability.
They at least fire back at you, and they might not have very good defenses, but they're going to put up a fight at least. Yeah. Easy? Sound good, y'all?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's finish up the D's. We've got next up, we ended on Death Glider. Ayo, we've got the Destiny now. We also have a Destiny.
Are we thinking like, okay, Destiny is a fully functioning ship. It's got to be like near impossible, right? Well, maybe, or pretty hard at least. If it's fully functioning.
I guess we've never
seen in the show it's pretty weak, but it's because it has so much damage and all that. But you have to kind of think of like, okay, if the Destiny was a fully functioning ship,
can anyone in the galaxy defeat it? Even the Wraith?
Exactly. Yeah.
So impossible?
I'm fine with that, but we don't, we're kind of guessing because we don't really know everything the Destiny could do. We didn't get to find out,
True. I'm totally fine with it down here, though. That makes sense. And it fits.
But it is an ancient ship, and it just.
Chat, do you have any
impression it did? So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it was powered by the stars themselves, so it might be above impossible. Great point. Great point.
Yep.
Hey, to power up your ship, no, you don't need to go fill up with gas. You don't need to do a solar panel or anything like that. Just fly directly into the star.
Yep.
Destiny at its start would have been strong, but damaged by the time we meet it. But it recharges in suns. I think it's pretty hard. If we're not talking about peak. Totally.
Yeah.
302s have the armament, darts and gliders lack with dual railguns and modified air-to-air missiles. Ooh, almost like we're gonna get to those too, because they are so much cooler. They take the best parts of those things. We're like, all right, let's do it. But yeah, thank you, Quest. We need the backups.
Is that another one of the shuttles? Destiny?
This is the shuttle on the Destiny. So it does look a bit different than your typical ancient shuttle. So,
oh, okay. I think I was thinking those were the same thing, but now I realize they're not. Okay.
Because I thought so too, as you said it.
Yeah.
I just realized I downloaded them twice, and I was like, well, we'll put the picture up and see if it's the same thing. And I guess not, because I was thinking they would be.
Right. Or is that the one that gets sent back with the dead, gets sent back with the people that were left behind, and it was like fully repaired?
With Russian thing? When you get like Rush Doppelganger and you find everybody's...
No, the shuttle. Remember that shuttle returns with the people that stayed behind on that one planet? They left some people behind on a planet and they all died. And so like the shuttle just shows up all repaired with the people in it, and then they die. Then they all like freeze to death after a while. Because in reality, they froze to death on the planet they were left on. They stayed on. But then I don't know if it was, do we know Planet Builders or somebody or something like sent the shuttle? They had a crashed shuttle they were living in. And so all of a sudden the shuttle shows up like fully repaired with the crew members on it. They come back onto Destiny, and then they all die, and they say like, oh, they died of frostbite or starvation, or because they were already dead, but somehow they reanimated them for a while or something. I don't know. It was weird. Yeah.
I barely remember that. I'm trying so hard. I'm just like, huh?
I don't remember the name of the episode, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they died from freezing the people that built the obelisk. Obelisk might sound familiar.
Like I don't know if it's or whoever like sends back. And so yeah.
Shuttle was brand new as were the people, and they died as they did originally die.
Yeah. That's what the one you have highlighted. I think that's that ship that got sent back. I think maybe that's that ship, but I'm not 100% sure though.
But at least they received a new shuttle.
Yeah. So didn't the broken one get damaged or something? And because then they had two shuttles because they only had the one, and then when that one showed up, then they had two.
Okay. I need to watch that episode again.
Yeah. It's kind of freaky.
I really remember bits of what you're saying. I just can't put any of it together,
Yeah.
I need to watch it again in a big way. Destiny Shuttle is challenging. I would say so. In that same categorization, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll cover off that dart just a little bit because it's going to take up so much room if we don't.
Or just put the dart on top. And that. Okay.
Oh, good. Yeah. I forgot I can layer things. Cool. Maybe it'll work.
All right, and then the drones. I'm assuming these are like those SGU drones.
Yeah, this is getting into the drones right here. We have next up is drone command ship, the Berserkers, and then we'll toss the Urandan Aero Fighters in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the drone, I believe, hive ship or whatever word I just used to mothership.
Mothership, I guess. Yeah.
Command ship. That's the one we were looking for.
Yeah.
And then, of course, our
drone drones. Okay, so there's the big ship that controls all the little ships, basically. Okay.
Okay, well, this is one of those other ones. I guess
I'm gonna be back about 10 till 3. Okay, Harris.
Got it.
You gonna be ready?
Yeah, this sorry, that threw me off. I'm ready for a second conversation in the background right now. Yeah, they have these, the command ship, that, and the Eurasian, I guess, is what these guys were called.
I don't remember those at all.
I barely remember.
Oh, the Urandan Aero Fighter?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that is? Okay.
We'll just go ahead and put them with
that.
that.
They're unmanned. Okay. Oh.
Okay. Hey, Stanley's.
Yep.
The Gate seed ship is with Destiny. Definitely. Yeah, cool. I guess is the seed ship right here? No, okay. Command ship and Berserker drones. Where are we going to put them? Because they are completely unmanned as well. The Urondans were unmanned, so that's kind of SG1's version of these things.
Right.
Cool. Heyo.
I would put them at challenging because their thing is that they're programmed to just never stop. they just keep coming as long as they exist or whatever.
Yeah, that's the scariest part about them.
Mm-hmm.
They're
But I don't know if it's necessarily hard to defeat them. It's just there's a lot of them and they're relentless.
Yeah, because the drones kind of went out fairly easily, if I remember, because that's something they were gunning down with machine guns on.
Right. It's just there's so many of them and they're just programmed to keep going no matter what.
They don't give up on you.
Mm-mm.
Easy then? Or enough of a challenge? I'm kind of thinking easy, and maybe we put the command ship on challenging.
Yeah, the command ship's probably a little more challenging because it's just bigger and harder to.
Yeah. See if that Destiny can go above it. There we are. So this is fine on easy, you think?
Yeah.
I'll put the drone right
there. Because they did they reprogrammed one or whatever, and
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, let's do that one. So now we're on Fs.
Mm-hmm.
And Quest, don't forget the X301 and the Needle Threader. I believe they are in here. We just are coming up on them.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, we might actually make it through the entire alphabet. Because, well, no, some of these later ones get into heavy ones, too. We'll see. Yeah. F302. On StreamYard. I keep throwing myself off. Sorry, y'all. Also, now I'm thinking about 3 other things at once. My mom walked in and reminded me a couple things going on, I guess, and my brain's in 7 places now. F302. Not the X302. Is this the Needle Threader? This is the one you're talking about, right? Quest? Or am I crazy?
So the F302 is renamed from the X302 experimental class vessel.
Okay.
So I guess this is like, it was an X, and then this is like, I don't know, the final product or whatever, the F. Yeah.
I mean, it is pretty cool looking now.
Yeah.
If we start designing stuff like that, I'm going to get myself a pilot license, I think. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're also going to toss the Gadmir and some of these G's on here. The Gas Cloud ship, the George Hammond, of course, and the Gadmir Terraformer.
Yeah.
There's that Terraformer. But let's go ahead and think about that F302. Where would we put it?
Challenging.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought process, because it is a continuation, and they made sure it was something that could fight back against certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, what do y'all say? Y'all in for that one? Impossible. Ooh. X301 was a hybrid fighter. Nope, this isn't. Okay, well, we'll get to it then. Needle Threader is a Goa'uld gate ship that Braytak and Hammond flee in the Hathor 2-parter. Okay. Impossible for this though? Why do you think it's impossible? I'm intrigued, good sir. I'm intrigued. Because naturally I would have put it in challenging, but I could see an argument being made for pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any inklings, Sarah, or particular?
I was just going to put challenging since it's kind of based on the Death Glider with some. Well, I guess it's got some better tech than a Death Glider. But,
Yeah, because it is an upgraded Death Glider.
Mm-hmm.
Death Glider is also an easy along with those, so challenging wouldn't be a not good spot for it. It's fast, maneuverable, better armed.
Yeah, I still say challenging though. I don't know. I can see the argument for pretty hard. I'd be okay with that, but
only 4 missiles and limited railgun ammo. That's a good point because it is all propulsion based and not laser beams, magic beams, something like that kind of deal.
Magic beams.
Let's go challenging, huh?
Mm-hmm. I'm good with that.
Scoot the whole thing this way a little bit. See if we can find something to slip under it,
Yeah.
These were the Gadmir Transformer was the first one right here. And was this the gas cloud, or did I click the other one first? Yeah, that's the gas cloud. And then, of course, we'll have our George Hammond.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'll instinctively put that one a little bit lower down here, just because that might be where we end up. But a Gadmir ship that terraforms entire planets. It has a hyperdrive. It doesn't work, but it still has one as slandered. You're talking about this one?
No, I think he's talking about the 302.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I think challenging is makes the most sense overall. So Car saying pretty hard for the Gadmir terraforming ship. I kind of believe you. Don't forget the space shuttle. They are a formidable craft. Are you thinking the shuttle pod? Shuttle pod, excuse me. Puddle jumpers? Because those are a little bit later. We're just doing it alphabetically, so kind of one step at a time. Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of with you on that, Sokar. I think pretty hard. We don't really see weapons that make it impossible, and I guess one of the options is to destroy the Gadmir ship and the aliens aboard. So it's not like that was, or the DNAs of the aliens on board. So that isn't an impossibility by any means. But is that because they didn't feel like they were threatened or in danger at all either?
Mm-hmm. And it's also huge.
Yeah.
So, pretty hard.
Pretty hard.
Yeah.
Chat, y'all good?
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Sokar and I gave y'all that one?
Yeah. Angle it like that.
I forgot I could angle things. We might have the silliest looking thing possible by the end of it, but we will manage. Oh, come on. Get in front of it. There we are. Because we don't really need to see that terraforming ship to 100% know what it is. The George Hammond, of course. Where are we with George?
Pretty hard. I mean, is it the same as the Daedalus, or is it upgraded? Anyway, it's kind of that same.
I think wasn't it before the Daedalus, or am I crazy? I think it was before the Daedalus because Daedalus came in.
Hammond doesn't come in till Continuum, right? I think.
Did they not have it while he was alive?
It was kind of a nod to because Donis Davis had died. I think when they did, or I think by the time the movie came out, he had passed away. I think. So that was kind of like a little nod to him. I think. I don't know.
Because I thought it happened while he was still alive, but I very well may just be conflating the Jack O'Neill storyline.
I think he might have been still alive. I don't know. Maybe they added that later. I thought there was something like that. Like I think maybe he was alive when they filmed it, but I think he had passed away by the time it came out. I think
that might be it.
Maybe they had changed. I don't know if they put that in there after the fact, maybe? I don't know.
Weapons would have flagged
Oh,
off the shot.
was it in Continuum or was it SGU? Or was it both Continuum and SGU? I don't know. But anyway.
The Odyssey is an F304, but the General Hammond is a BC 304.
Okay.
The Hammond was a rename to honor him. Was it a rename and an upgrade in that case?
I think
so many
so.
specificities. Gatecrasher, howdy. It was the Phoenix before the Hammond. Okay, because I completely forgot about the Phoenix there.
Yeah, okay.
All right. We want to keep it in pretty hard, or do we want to put it in impossible? Because that's kind of where those have been.
I think pretty hard still.
I think that's fair. I almost want to put it behind things, but we'll keep it where it is. And I guess. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so after that, we have the gas cloud ship. This big old thing.
Remember this episode.
It's a good looking ship, but I don't remember much about it either. So, the gas cloud ship, it's a highly advanced alien vessel encountered by the Prometheus while en route from Earth to the planet Tegrea.
This one. It's that one that's sort of like
Oh yeah, because they're trying to
just on Sam, and then that other is that girl that shows up, like the alien or something, or her imagination. I don't remember.
Maybe imagination. After deciphering the nature of the cloud, Carter shared with the alien ship how to free itself and negotiating for the return of the Prometheus crew. The vessel departed without any direct communication, leaving the identity of the race that built it a total mystery. It appears to have at least 14 decks and a significant internal area, suggesting that it could be used for functions such as the transportation of civilians and not simply be a warship. It is armed, though, firing powerful bolts of energy from cannons that are deployed on either side of the main body when the ship assumes an attack posture. It's also equipped with scanners to determine whether or not opposing craft are a potential threat.
Pretty hard, I guess. Sounds to me.
That sounds pretty impossible to me, honestly. But I guess the only thing that
you
kept
could,
in the gas
but then with impossible, I'm thinking like, okay, is it more powerful than Atlantis? But I guess we're talking about it, so it's defeated, not comparing it necessarily, just it's how it can be.
And it did kick their ass. That's a great point, Sokar.
Yeah. We could put it in impossible.
Well, because I guess they were so far ahead of the game that we didn't even realize we still don't know who they are.
Right. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Or lazy. It depends on the thought process you take on that one and the writers there. I think it's a bit of both. But I like the ship. I like the ship a lot, and it makes sense. Wasn't that also from before Prometheus was given the Asgard shield? I believe so. Yeah, we could rank them after we are done. Yeah, we can always do all that.
Mm-hmm.
So Gas Cloud ship was our last one. We're now in the H's. Which is just in a
Just try to say the name of that one and the second one in the H. You didn't say that. Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, the Orion ship. Ancient name was Hippophoralcus. Hippophoralcus. Hey, okay.
Yeah.
I was either going to get it or not. It was one of those,
Yeah.
But attack. This is really our only H right now.
Yeah.
And from the points made earlier,
pretty hard.
It's got to be pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to put it up here with Apophis' mothership, though.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a lot of reorganization, which can be done later.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it simple, stupid, and follow our own rule here. Let me see if I can actually scoot that there and give it a bit of a...
You got to remove the background.
because the backgrounds don't want to move on either one of these.
Oh, okay.
We couldn't detect the background in the image.
fine.
Let's try another. No, that's my only image. That's my only image.
All right, it's fine.
After this, though, because H's were so short.
Yeah.
And for those that missed it, we put the attack there that quickly because we were discussing about where I guess your typical pyramid ship, your CHEOP, your chop class would go. And we put that in challenging because the motherships where those sit on top of are a step above. But not as impossible as some of these other ones. Oh, and we have a hive ship. There we go. That's another H. We have a Wraith hive ship, which is that impossible or pretty hard?
Well, after I saw that thing I showed you earlier with the scale of how huge they are, I would be fine with putting it in impossible. Are they like living? Well, I guess they're not like living.
Well, no, they're
living
ships
ships
are
or
Leviathan.
biological, whatever.
I believe their ships are Leviathans, so kind of like Moya while we're watching good old Farscape. Yeah, that'd be one heck of a human being right there.
Super huge too. So yeah, I would be fine putting that in impossible.
Because we don't ever. Do we ever take out a hive ship directly, or is it strictly tricking, maneuvering, sometimes befriending?
Do we make one of? Does McKay make one of the ships like sick, or one of the ships gets sick one time, and they can?
And that's when Taylor has to come in there and fly everything, right?
I think
we are on this one still, y'all. Just it's alive. Oh, pretty hard. Sukar saying pretty hard. So you haven't done Anubis's mothership? No, not yet. I believe it was labeled as something different. I don't remember what it was labeled off the top of my head, though. Oh, yeah, we literally skipped right by Anubis's mothership. That's actually totally my bad. Let's go ahead and do that while we're talking about it. Anubis mothership, SG-1. Oh my gosh. Good catch. Yes, we did take a hive near the finale. Okay, that's right. The hive ships get blown up easily. When? When? I don't remember that. Asgard beam weapons, mincemeat, Wraith hives. That's kind of funny. Only impossible if there are loads of them. 2 hive ships were destroyed in the season 1 cliffhanger. But didn't we do that by convincing them? Didn't we like run them into each other or something?
Yeah, didn't they destroy each other? Because the different hives actually are in like competition for food or whatever.
But they don't have shields. Yeah. Oh, they were nukes. Okay. Well, that'll do it too, especially if they don't have a shield.
Yeah.
Give that thing some radiation real quick. Actually, it should be fine with radiation. It lives in space.
Yeah.
We didn't kill them. Okay, but we that makes sense. Cliffhanger in first episode of season 2, they had railguns on the station. Okay, so do we want to keep it impossible or do we want to push to pretty hard? That kind of seems what people are saying. But again, like we still, even with all that stuff, we have to send them up against each other and find ways to maneuver around them even without shields. Like if that's such a big feat and task.
Yeah, if only
I still want to go impossible.
If only like 2 of the same ships can destroy each other. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the only way, but it's kind of like if a Wraith ship can only destroy a Wraith ship, does that make them impossible?
Yeah. We're pretty set on pretty hard, it seems.
Okay. I'm good with it. I'm flexible.
Me too, but I think we're both batting our eyes at that one a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a tad. Oh God, we've run out of room for pretty hard. We're at the end of the road. Okay, so next up, though, after that, we have this is what we've been kind of hiding back here. This is that hippocampus, whatever it was called. The
Hippocampus. Yeah.
what was it? The Hippophoralcus. There we are. The Orion is what it, I think we know it as. Is this ship right here? I don't necessarily remember a whole bunch of it.
What is
off the top
that
of my
one
head.
that you have highlighted right now?
This one, I believe, is the Korolev. I'm double checking that.
What?
Yeah, because that was the background they gave me after that. Yeah, so that's that. And then the Orion, of course, the Korolev, we know that one. The Hippophoralcus, the Orion, per se, is an ancient warship given to an ancient warship by Colonel John Shepard, who deemed the original ancient name Hippophoralcus unacceptable. Ship lay damaged in a Turanian bay for thousands of years. This is that one. Okay. But they were too unsophisticated to discern all of its wonders. It remained virtually inoperable until representatives of Atlantis arrived and determined it could be salvaged to fight the Wraith again. So, an ancient warship. So technically, it's in this classification,
Right.
At its peak, which was way before we ever got a chance to even look at it. At the only time we see it, do we want to? We labeled Destiny at its peak. Should we label this one at its peak and put it in pretty hard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except we're running out of room.
Let's shove it under Dr. Daniel Jackson, or right next to Daniel Jackson, under the Asgard science vessel. Something. Korolev, though, we've put. Was it the George Hammond or Jack O'Neill? We put George Hammond and the Jack O'Neill in here. So Korolev's got to be right there, right? Okay. We'll make it look like a silhouette of George Hammond. Now what? We've already did the K, so we're in the M's now. We're kind of in the second half of it. Do we want to stop while we're ahead and call it a day, or do we continue? And y'all aren't on this tab with me. I forget which tab is showing. Because we have a pretty good thing so far. And we can label this A to M or A to K. And then we can turn this into, honestly, that's a whole different one. But yeah, we could just duplicate this page and do the second half with M through Z. Or we can kind of speed run it. Let's look at what we have left at least. Because M's, we have 3 or 4. But we have a lot of O's, a few P's, a few R's, a few S's, a few T's.
A lot of those are ones I think we've done already too, like the Wraith.
Yeah.
The
I
Dart
think we might
and
be
the
able to
Hive
barrel
ship.
through.
We haven't done I don't think we did the cruiser or the scout ship, but
Do you want to see if we can barrel through? Or I guess we're at an hour and a half. Do we want to just go ahead and call it a day right here and come back? What are we thinking?
fine either way. Yeah. I know we're so decisive.
Put it in the hands of the people, you know?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. Y'all want to hang out for a little bit? Yeah, I think we should only put the class of the ship.
Instead of the names, because there's several, like there's the Phoenix. Didn't they say the Phoenix got renamed the Hammond?
Yeah, and we won't.
No.
I don't think Phoenix is even labeled on here.
Right.
Oh, it is labeled on here.
Yeah. Prometheus. But isn't that the same as the Daedalus?
Well, Daedalus is an upgraded version, right? Because a lot of those are upgraded versions of what was.
Yeah.
They still kind of stay in the same class, though. Odyssey, though, would have an upgrade because of their Asgard and everything tech, I believe.
Yeah.
Should only put the class of a ship unless there's an upgraded version. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. I think we do. We just kind of started tossing all the ships on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and with that thought process, I will clean out the list that we have already and put what we have up on the community page. And then do we want to wait a whole our usual 2 weeks, or do we want to come back next week maybe and just jump in real quick, or do a normal outpost?
It seems kind of a long time to wait, like 2 weeks to do it again. We'll forget.
That was kind of my thought process. Like, I'd love to just keep that normal schedule, but also it is kind of mid-thought, you know. What do y'all want? I know what the audience is going to say. Chat's going to say, come back next week.
Yeah.
I say we meet here every night and just chat. I'm not opposed. We're not opposed either. But it is nice to schedule things out for everybody, of course.
Mhm.
Or only put the best version of the ship. See, we can't do that one because that gets opinionated very quickly. Like you have the puddle jumper with a time core. I don't know if the time core's on there. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That might be one I have to download. See, we'll figure all that out. Yeah. We'd love to carry on. I think should we try to shoot for next Wednesday? If it doesn't work out, of course, we can do normal outpost the following week.
Right.
But you down to try to shoot for next Wednesday, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think I have anything happening. So
Cool. Chat, that sound good?
Hmm.
I believe it's just called the time ship. Yeah, it's not on the Gate World thing. I'm kind of surprised. It might be labeled as something separate, though. Sure, next Wednesday. Cool. Let's call it a day then. Let's call that Star Trek airs. I know. I'm not in my typical housing at the moment. I'm with the family in Tejas, and I'm flying back tomorrow, and then we can jump on it. Next Wednesday? Great. Let's do that.
All right.
What's down here? In ordinary battle, it's impossible when you have unlimited ships to wear down a single ship, which is what the Wraith did. Okay. Not Tuesday? No, Wednesdays are our usual days. The flying tomorrow, though, is screwing that up a little bit, so we decided to do Tuesday. Sarah, very accommodating. Thank you.
Oh no, I think it was me that. Well, anyway, I have an appointment tomorrow because I think I scheduled something on the wrong Wednesday. So anyway, but between those two things, it just didn't work out to do it on Wednesday.
Yeah. And just because we started talking about it yesterday and on Sunday, and I completely blanked. Thursday is not going to be an afterthoughts. Saturday will be. Thursday, I'm on a game show, and we're going to do all that kind of. Well, hopefully, I can keep you updated with what's going on there. We will see. So Thursday, we cannot do an afterthoughts, but Jamie and I, for sure, at least, will be there on Saturday. Hopefully, that makes it a bit easier to get some of SciTrek main crew and then the afterthoughts crew all together as well, and we can kind of all have that collective afterthoughts on Mickey 17, the Electric State, and I don't know, maybe Novocaine or some other kind of movie that's out right now that kind of fits sci-fi bill. I don't know if Novocaine does that, but
yeah. Oh, and then Sunday we're gonna do the
CGI and
special effects. Yeah, thing.
I
will be there on Sunday. I don't know if I'll be able to do Saturday. We'll see. But
that's okay. Yeah, I'll put that in our group chats and everything, and actually solidify because I was going to do that yesterday and then realized Thursday. What?
I did.
Destiny when new impossible, but the old one not impossible. Yeah, we're talking about everything at its peak, so that'll be a good thing to like wrap our heads around for the next week as well. All these things at their peak. I don't know if I'm allowed to show or say technically. I haven't signed an NDA, so you know what? Sue me. Please don't sue me. Please don't sue me. But just to be safe, LMAD are the initials. It's not too hard to figure that one out.
Yeah.
But LMAD. Yeah. Okay. But before we, launder on a little too long, I believe that is our housekeeping. Tomorrow and Thursday, not a whole bunch. I have some clips downloaded that I need to upload, and hopefully we'll get some shorts out for you. So that might be there. And besides that, we will see you Friday on Radical Wasteland with Greg and I. Saturday, for Afterthoughts, and Sunday for Sci-Fi Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. Anything else before we hop out of here?
Not that I can think of.
Oh, also, not Price is Right. LMAD. And it's not Tom Brady, but there's a Brady that I will be listening to. But all right, that's it from us. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day, and we will see y'all soon.
All right, bye.
Adios.